Welcome everybody to this 15-minute Pilates for knee and hip strengthening. If you have any issues mobilizing the knees and the hips and the ankles, this will definitely help. Today you may need a block or a small cushion just to rest underneath your head to make sure that your neck is in line with the spine. So set yourselves up, get nice and comfortable. We're first of all going to make sure that our pelvis is in a neutral positioning. So make sure you can start with your feet together and then pop the heels out and the toes forwards. And then you want to press the lower back into the mat. Fingertips underneath the hip bones and push down. So we're going to find some space between our backs and the mat, and this makes sure that you have a neutral pelvis. Just have a little play around. Sometimes it can take a little while to get used to this. First of all, we're going to lift up the left leg, make sure the knee's in line with the hip, and just point and flex through the feet. This will just help to warm up the ankle joints. We tend to forget about our ankles, but they work really hard. So from here, you can just circle around the toes. Imagine you're drawing circles with the big toe. You'll get a much bigger stretch here. This should feel quite nice. Pop that foot down. Let's go to the other side. So right knee in line with that right hip and just point and flex. Really stretching everything. Good, and then from here we're going to circle around. Imagine you're drawing a circle with your big toe. And pop that foot down. Good, lifting up the left leg again. From here we're going to circle from the hip joint. So you want to keep the right knee really still, the pelvis in neutral. This doesn't have to be a very big circle. You just want to feel your core starting to activate and your hip working. Breathing in and out, and we'll change direction. So mind to muscle connection, really concentrate on that hip work. Very good, pop that foot down. Make sure your pelvis is still in neutral, go to the right side. So keep that left knee really still, that left hip grounding down. Try not to rock anywhere. Keep it nice and still. Changing direction. Popping the foot down. Hug the knees in towards the chest, rock from side to side. Massaging that lower back. Now from here, just put the soles of the feet together, knees go out wide, and then bring the knees back in. This just helps to stretch out the hips, and also you can pop your hand underneath your back to make sure that your pelvis is still in neutral and that back isn't tucking under. Breathing out as the knees go out, breathing in as they come back in. Very good stretch and mobility exercise. Okay, so you may need to shuffle back a little bit like I've just done. From here, you're going to keep the left ankle in line with the mat, in contact with the mat, in line with that hip, and then switching sides, you're just going to slide the foot away from the body. So breathe out as you do this. Make sure you've got enough space, keeping the pelvis neutral. So if you're a beginner here, this is a very good exercise to train your pelvis to stay exactly where you put it. Don't let the back tuck under. Just let the knees and the hips work here. And push through that heel as you extend the leg. Toes going up towards the ceiling. And don't allow the heel to come off the mat as well. Keep it glued down. Good. From here we're going to lift up that left leg and the right leg, keeping the pelvis really still. Tap the left foot down and then the right. This motion is coming from your hip joint, not from your knees. So you'll start to feel your core warm up here. Just tapping down, squeezing back up, breathing out. Good, breathe out every time you tap. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, hug those knees in towards the chest. Rock from side to side. Okay, from here we're going to extend the left leg out again, squeeze that leg up, bend the knee and put it back down to the floor. So we're combining the last 2 exercises together. So we breathe in, slide the left foot away, lift it up as high as the pelvis will allow it, bend the knee, tap it down and go again. So very good for stretching out the hamstrings, mobilizing the hips, the ankle and the knee joint. And you're also working on your flexibility as well. Good, lift the leg up, bend the knee, pop that foot down and again. So when you're lifting up your leg, don't compromise with the pelvis, keep the pelvis really still. When you're lifting up, pelvis is still the same and pop that foot down. Good, set yourself up again. We're going over now to the right side. Extend the leg out, bend that knee, tap it down, extend out, push through the heel, lift up, bend the knee, pop down and extend, push, lift, bend the knee, tap and down, push through the heel, lift up, bend the knee, foot down and extend, lifting up, bend, tap and extend. Good, lift. So from here you might find that you've got one side a lot easier to work with than the other. That's completely normal. And bring the foot back in, soles of the feet together, stretching out the inner thighs and the hip joint. Good, okay, from here what we're going to do is hug that left knee in towards the chest, pop it over that right thigh and push out with the left hand on the left knee and push through that left heel. Foot down, other side, right hand on that right knee, stretching out. Bring it back in. Good. Extend the right leg out, hug the left knee in, extend that left leg up and towards the air, and from here we're going to circle from that hip. Now if this is too much for you, just bend that left knee instead like we did at the beginning, but keep pushing through both heels and get that leg as straight as you can and relax. Let's switch sides now, so we're going around in the opposite direction. Still keep pushing through that heel. Bend the knee, hug it in once again, foot down, other side. Hug the right knee in towards the chest, stretching out. Right leg up and towards the air, push through that heel. Don't let the foot go lazy, keep it really strong. Just keep circling, nice and small, nice and controlled. And 2, 1, we're going to change direction. Pushing through that heel, squeezing. Feeling a good stretch in the back of the leg. Let's bend that knee, hug it in. Well done. Hug the other knee in. Rock from side to side. Now pop the feet into the ground, roll yourself up. We're going to crouch into a little ball. Pop the toes into the floor and then straighten the legs and then come back down. So if you can't get the legs straight, don't worry. If you have to bring your hands onto your shins or your thighs, that's fine. You're just working in the flexibility of the legs. Good. Stretching up. Last one, coming back down, and very gently in your own time come to roll all the way back up. We're now going to go into a squat position. So feet are hip width apart. Pelvis is in neutral. You're going to imagine you're sitting on a chair. And then you're going to just squeeze back up. So spine is nice and long. Arms can go out in front if you want to. This just make it a little harder. So if too much for you, don't worry. Just keep your hands down by your sides. So breathing out, stretch the arms forwards. Hold it here and come back up. Pushing out. Hold it here and squeeze. Breathe in, breathe out, push forward, extending the fingertips. Extra challenge, come up onto the toes. This will help with core strength and balance, but if not, just keep your feet on the floor and come to stand back up. Well done, everybody. I know that is quite tough, but very good. Even if you can just hold it for a couple of seconds, you'll be surprised at the difference it makes. So I've moved off my mat, so stand on a really flat surface here. So you can do the same if you want to. We're going to come up onto the toes. So you can hold onto the wall or put your hands onto your hips. Just breathe in and breathe out as you come up. So from here, I'm going to lift up my toes and then come into a squat position. Stand back up and put my heels back down. Up onto the toes, hands in front, squat down. Now this is quite hard, and if you don't have much balance, I would suggest just practice coming up onto the toes first. Build yourself up slowly but surely. And use the breath here as well. So breathe in as you raise. Breathe out as you sink down. Breathe in, breathe out, come back up. Nice and strong, nice and controlled. You'll feel your core working as well. Very good for strengthening the core. Holding it for 3, 2, 1. Come back up, come down. Well done, everybody. Okay, so standing back onto the mats. Pop your right foot flat into the floor and bend the left knee. So you can keep holding onto the wall if you need to. This is just really good for stretching out the front of the thigh. Now pop that left heel into the floor, sink down, toes up towards the ceiling. And the other side, so left foot grounding down. Bend that right knee, try and keep the knees together. Pelvis neutral, don't round through your shoulders or your spine. Right heel down, sink back, toes up towards the ceiling. Come to stand back up. Well done, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.